if you have to choose knowing the truth or kind of living out the truth, like knowing the path versus walking the path, I feel like you got to pick walking the path.
Well, yeah.
To go all
and I
matrix.
think just about everybody would agree when you take a step back and look at it. But my boss recently took me to a Tony Robbins event where,
Oh, really?
yeah, are familiar with the big jump around yelling guy. And he loves Tony Robbins. He loves him. He's gone to
Well, he's a realtor, right?
No, he's when you said jokingly earlier, let me fix your life in 10 minutes, he's that. And that's not an exaggeration. He really does say, going to a therapist for years is a waste. Give me 10 minutes and you're good to go. Mm-hmm. Very, very confident. And I came in like how most people would, of like, all right, he's a great salesman. He's the biggest, strongest, deepest voice person. He's going to be able to get these people to follow him, and he's great at sales, and he is. But he had a lot of people there who I like the last event he had Wim Hof there. I wasn't there for that one, but my boss said Wim Hof was doing breathing exercises with people. So he brings on experts. Yeah. So I had to backtrack a little bit because when my boss is like, you want to go to Tony Robbins? And I'm like, absolutely not. No. He's like, well, so because he was going to pay for everything. I'm like, I feel like I got to be upfront. I don't trust him. I don't think it's going to be super valuable to me. I don't want you to spend all this money thinking I'm excited to go when really I'm not. So
but he convinced you?
No, he's like, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I don't care what your preconceived notions are. Just come in with an open mind. It's like, that's all I ask, is to take part in the event and then afterwards judge it for how you may.
So you still went?
I did.
Yeah, got it.
I did. And the whole point of this is that it was a 3-day event and lots of practical information that you could apply and, walk out of there and, know how to eat right. They had dietitians come on. They had Dr. Rhonda Patrick, the sauna woman.
Yeah.
She was there.
I didn't know she was known as the sauna woman.
To me, she is. She's, I feel like that's what she's most
maybe I'm
commonly spoken
vaguely
about.
Familiar with her.
So, yeah, sauna woman.
She's cool.
Get educated. That's who she is.
Yeah.
But a lot of experts came, and it was all really cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the need to then go do another event. And of course, that's how they make their fortune, is they have these people here. They're already fans of this guy. Come sign up for our week-long thing. Come sign up for our next 3-day thing. Come sign up for our virtual event. And I feel like that's the trap that I was thinking of, where these people are just going deeper and deeper into this idea of these events are what are being labeled as progress, not actually, finding a job that maybe is more fulfilling or fixing a relationship that needs mending. It was almost positioned as like, if you're not signing up for the next thing, I want to know why. I'm like, well, if you feel like you have to do the next step, isn't that kind of devaluing this entire 3-day thing that we just went?
Yeah, I thought his whole thing was, you don't need to go to therapy. I'll fix you in 10 minutes.
That somehow doesn't translate to then don't come to my next event for 20
totally
grand.
Different.
Yeah.
Because I agree with you. I think therapy it's like the same thing. People just, go every week and they just dive inward more and more. And it's like, just maybe get a little bit of that therapy, but then go fix the problem.
Right.
And then go back and forth.
Yeah. So there's a lot of merit to therapy. I mean, there's people who need to unpack things.
Yeah, like once. Just go once.
But
it's great.
I think there's a lot of change that can happen much quicker than people will often acknowledge.
Yeah.
Some paradigm shift in how you perceive something can literally happen overnight, Yeah. And that is his pitch, which then it's hilarious to then that it's, come for a week and then another week next year and another week and give me tons of money.
So strange.
But, people loved it. And I did have to swallow some of my words. It was enjoyable. There was a lot more value in it than I expected. I'd say half of it was, this super sales pitch. Come sign up for more things. Come wear this ring that will fix your energy. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I'll keep my energy how it is and also keep my $200 right here.
Yeah.
But most of it wasn't that. And there were some fun things like gratitude exercises where...
Love it.
Yeah, it was stuff that I wouldn't have thought to do. Of course, I can think of things that I'm grateful for and look back at, memories I had in my childhood fondly. But there's a difference between that and having somebody like guide you through some meditative gratitude exercise. Yeah. And like, dude, I was crying.
Yeah.
I was crying, and I haven't cried in so long.
Really?
Yeah, that was like very cathartic. But
that's awesome. You gotta cry every day, apparently.
Yeah, according to Jim Valvano, who, yeah.
I bet if I really tried, maybe I could manage crying every day.
Mm-hmm.
I cry a lot, I think. Like maybe once every few weeks.
You're oddly calm after a good cry.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
It's great. Just gotta keep the emotion flowing. Yeah, don't get that pipe clogged for too long.
Mm-hmm. Don't have the bottle sealed shut.
So what was it that made you cry at the event, the gratitude exercise?
That was really well done. I have to give credit where it's due. I felt like by the end, they like turned the lights down and he was like, all right, sit up straight, plant your feet firmly on the ground, like all these steps of like how to position yourself. And then I'm not going to word it perfectly, but the general idea of it was, place yourself back in the memory of a time when you were a child, of something where somebody really showed that they cared about you. It doesn't have to be a family member. It doesn't have to be a friend. It can be something that just to you in that moment, you're like, wow, that was really surprising. Like, I can't believe that happened. And then he had you, like how we were speaking about before, having things be like representative of your emotions and sentiments, like reach out and like pull it to your heart. And then there was a whole sequence of things afterwards where you did all these sequence of things. And then at the end, of course, they have this, Enya, Lord of the Rings type music playing in the background. So they played your emotions pretty well, but it was done really well. I mean, they've done it for a long time.
Yeah.
But by the end, I was like, oh, that was really cool. And my boss asked me, he's like, how long do you think that was? Maybe 10 minutes. And he's like, no, that was 45 minutes. That was like hard to believe until I checked the clock and it was actually 45 minutes. So what he said the whole time, I would have loved to like replay that, because I felt like it was mostly just placing yourself in some memory and like trying to visualize everything that was there and like having some representation of bringing that back to yourself right now and feeling all this gratitude. But something else had to have happened. Like he had to have been saying other things that I just don't recollect.
Because you tried it again. It was like not the same.
I looked it up on YouTube and it was like a much shorter video and it was noticeably different. I'm like, nah, this isn't what it was. Like it was a totally different experience.
Interesting.
So yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I was glad I went. But I only mentioned that because I felt like that was a big, I don't want to say trap because there is some value in it, but a big spiral that all these people were falling into of like, this is the progress. At least that was my perception of it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think that's, lots of people are there.
Where like, if you took what you learned in that, I mean, that's like, give that a try, Like read one book and apply that.